What makes a champion a true hero? Maybe it's their smile. Or can it be the way they walk into the battlefield, or the intensity they bring into the battlefield? Their eyes determined to take down their opponent. Or maybe it's simply the way they strike fear into all that opposes them. Nope, all wrong. It's the way they dressed for the battle. Appearances are everything. Come on, guys. Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, but today's video is all about fashion, right? And because, honestly, there's a lot of champions in this game. There's a lot, and some of them look good, some of them are reskins, and some of them are not so pretty, right? I mean, you can find a not so pretty one real easy. Where's he at? He has to probably be the most disgusting looking champion in this game. But that being said, there are also some champions that look really good, and a lot of time and effort went into designing these champions. So today's video is all about my favorite aesthetically pleasing champions. So let's get right into it. Coming in at number 13 is Tracker. Now Tracker is a very simple looking champion, right? But for some reason her color palette just pops, and if you look at her closely, there's a lot of unique details about this champion. Obviously she's wearing a lizardman skull. She's wearing, maybe those skulls look kind of small down here, so they could be dwarven or human, but she has lizardman skin maybe, or maybe it could even be skinwalker, but she has maybe a demon spawn skull in the back with the spine wrapped around to make this ponytail effect. She has bones embedded, or fangs, I'm not sure, into her shoulder. There is a lot of stuff going on in this champion, right? And it just really screams out a warrior that's been around and did some damage and took some war trophies. So Tracker is probably one of my favorite uncommon champions aesthetically wise, and yeah, that's why she comes in number 13. Coming in at number 12 is Ragland. Now this champion to me just screams authority, right? Like, I am not sure if Ragland is a princess or a queen. She could even be a crusader, I have no idea. But the gold and purple just really brings this image of authority when I look at this champion. Or it could be maybe because her little helmet here has a little crown on it, I am not sure. But if you really look, there's a lot of little details everywhere. On her gauntlets, there's some engravings. On her greaves, there's some engravings. And of course, all Raid Shadow Legends females have heels on, but I guess that's like standard issue in the world of Talia. But regardless, this champion is a very, very nice looking champion. I don't know if they went with purple because she's a void champion, but overall, gold and purple goes really good with this champion. So she is number 12. Coming in at number 11 is Mother Superior. Now I really like the way this champion looks because, like her name suggests, right, she kind of has that caretaker vibe to her. She looks like a nun that maybe had enough, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to the battlefield myself. Her weapon of choice is a big blunt cross looking, I don't know, pole hammer. I'm not sure what these things would be called, but her design is very nice. I really like her headpiece and the way it drapes down, and the color scheme is very beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Martyr a little bit. So it would have been cool if she had like a passive or something that linked her to Martyr. That would have been really awesome. But overall though, this champion is very nice. I like the mixture of the metallic pieces with the cloth. I think they did really good. And a very, very strong looking champion, and her name really complements her design. So yeah, number 11, Mother Superior. Taking the number 10 spot is Whisper. Now I really like this champion's design because it complements her skill and her whole theme, right? She's supposed to be a stealthy assassin, and if you look at her, she looks very stealthy and very dangerous. She has spikes all over her, she has piercings in all over her face, her ears, her mouth, her nose, and even her weapons, right? Like this sword looks really nice. It looks like a lightning bolt, and the way it's designed is a very beautiful sword. And also, I like this jacket. I'm not sure if it's a jacket or a top piece or whatever, but it really kind of just gives this character a very stealthy look, you know, with the collar going up to her face, maybe like concealing her face when she does her things. I'm not sure. But the only thing I would say though, I never seen anyone be stealthy in heals. So I don't know, maybe this champion has like a unique skill, some kind of passive, run on heals silently or something, not sure. But regardless, number 10, this champion looks pretty amazing. Number 9 is Talia. Now at first when you look at her, she does look good, right? But if you really look at her and think about her kit, it totally makes sense, because her kit is like kind of random, right? She has like increased buff, I think, revives, HP burn, leech. Yeah, she has like all these crazy things that she does, and she looks like she's dressed for it. I mean, one side has no armor, the other side does. She has a little fur thing around her neck, her ponytail is wrapped to the side, and she's very exposed, but yet she looks kind of like a heavy guarded champion with the armor plates, right? So overall, this champion looks good, and it really does complement her kit. Like, she seems random, but yet it just all blends in and it just works. So Talia comes in at number 9 for being uniquely different looking, and also she kind of reminds me of Kefka off of Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo. If you guys know that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So number 9, Talia. Number 8 is Tormund the Cold, and this dude is literally a walking deep freezer. All he does is come in contact with you and you're frozen, right? And if you face him in the arena, you know exactly what we're talking about. This guy right here will mess your day up, and he looks like he is just sitting there thawing out with all the little fog and stuff coming off his weapon, the back of his cape. Very nice design. You could tell like he's been walking in the cold for a very long time and slowly building up ice on his cape. Looking at his weapon, you can see like a little face right there. Even his face doesn't look happy on that little blunt hammer. He looks very tormented. And overall though, this champion looks very nice. I like the little icicles or whatever, crystals coming off his shoulders, his helmet. Everything about this champion just screams cold, and I think they did a very good job. So he comes in at number 8. Okay, number 7 is Juliana. Now this champion just looks very just classic, right? It's like a classic RPG champion, but you could tell when you look at her, she means business. I mean, she has a long sword and a dagger right there, kind of concealed, kind of complements her fighting style, right? Like you could tell like this champion's here to do business. And yes, she wears heels just like all the females in this game. But overall though, this champion right here, just something about her seems very reliable. And I like this little red ruby in her sword, because you know her kit is all about poison, HP burn, right? So I think you know, it's very subtle, but it really just works out. This champion is probably a crusader bringing down the judgment of God or something. Yeah, fire of purgation. Yep, Juliana, number 7. And number 6 is Arbiter. Now, I have to kind of say, like, just looking at her, she's very simple. There's really not a lot going on, but no one else also looks like her, right? I mean, she's supposed to look like the god of the champions or something, or the representative of all the champions. And she kind of has that look, like, you know, like she is a guardian of all the champions, right? She has the wings, oh, she has a back tattoo. I never noticed that. She has a little back tattoo, little wings, little very angelic vibe about her, right? Maybe like almost like a Valkyrie, and her big sword with lightning, holy lightning or something. I don't know why my mind keeps going toward the religious side of the house today, but yeah, Arbiter, number 6 for being unique, and she's a very good champion and a very strong looking champion. And I like the little claw hands, right? I wouldn't want to, you know, let her scratch my back, but yeah, Arbiter, number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Madame Cerise, and already you could tell the thing with this champion is bats. If you look everywhere, there is bats. There's bats on her little knee guards. She is wearing heels like everyone else, but she has bat wings on her boots. She has bat wings around her waist. She has a bat on her shoulder armor with some eyes, and even on her helmet up here, she has bats, right? So her thing is bats, bats, bats. And she's a witch, and she is a very good witch, and she is a very strong arena champion. So this Halloween themed champion is very aesthetically pleasing, very effective in a lot of parts of the game, and designed very well. And also, she is the only champion in the game that has a mole. So yeah, Man of Cerise, number 5. Number 4 is Chris the Ageless. Now this champion is very unique, right? He's a lizardman, but he has a turtle shell. So I don't know. There's a lot going on with this guy, but what we do know is he is one of the newer champions, and man, this guy is a game-changing champion for so many people and clearing a lot of parts of the game, arena, dungeons. Clan boss, he's okay, but overall though, this champion does a lot of work, and yes, he is a very good-looking champion at the same time. You can see on his shell that, you know, he riveted in or drilled in some spikes. He also lined his shell up with some more metallic material. Looks like there's some clamps on it, some algae growing on his victim's helmets, on his shell. Very scratched up, and I'm not sure if that's like blood coming out of his mouth, but it looks like there's some red stuff coming out of his mouth. So I don't know, maybe it's just his skin. But regardless though, this champion has a lot of details, and this champion does a lot of work in the game. So very good looking champion, and also surprisingly looks good and does a lot of work. That is a rare thing in many cases in life. So Chris the Ageless, thank you for all you do. Number 3 is Duchess Litter 2. Now this champion just looks good, right? I mean, she has crystals, her purples, her pinks. It's just a very nice looking champion. Really not much to say. I mean, she has this thing on her back that just kind of floats there. Maybe that's what gives people Vel. I am not sure what is that supposed to do, but it is there, and it really adds to her look. And overall, she is a nice looking champion, and of course she's wearing heels. And I don't know if that's like her 3 long toenails or something, but it kind of looks gross. But minus that, she looks very good. Very, very good looking champion. Number 3, Duchess Litter 2, and her very long toenails. Number 2 is probably my most favorite champion in the game, and Valkyrie. I'm gonna say it right here, Valkyrie is better than March here. If you don't agree, let me know, because man, Valkyrie does work in clan boss, arena, campaign, everything. Like Valkyrie could do so much for you, and she looks like she can. She has this nice shield that totally complements her A2, right? And her sword just, man, looks very nice, very detailed. She has details everywhere, her tattoos, and she doesn't have a weird back tattoo like some of the champions, right? And of course, she's wearing heels. I wish, can we please get one champion female that's not wearing heels, right? And she kind of looks like that chick off not Event Horizon, but Horizon Dawn or something. Kind of looks like they're related. They really look identical, but regardless though, this champion looks great. I'm not saying there's nothing else about this champion that looks great, but man, this champion looks super, super good. My favorite champion in the whole game, right here, Valkyrie, number 2. But unfortunately, someone else took the number 1 spot for aesthetically looking superior in the game. So let's go find out who that is. And the number 1 spot goes to Rochard the Tower. I mean, this guy looks like a tower. I don't know if it's his very long helmet. Well, it's not really long, but it just gives you that little image, right? Like it's a very tall helmet. It is towering over his opponent. He's probably like the tallest dude in the game, honestly, right? I mean, his name suggests it, and his skills just, you know, blocks damage, right? He is a monster of a champion. He looks very strong, very heavily plated, and to complement it all, he has a hammer just to knock down whoever comes near him. So this dude right here is probably one of the best looking champions, and his name and his kit just all comes together to give you that image of a very dependable, towering champion to protect all his allies and wreak havoc on his enemies, right? So Rochard Tower to me is, you know, it was kind of hard to pick who will be the number 1 look, you know, the number 1 spot in this video, but I have to give it to Rochard Tower. I think he is a very strong looking champion, and I don't know if you guys noticed, if you look closely, he doesn't have a lot of scratches on his armor, right? Most of the other champions have a lot of damage that you can see on their armor, but Roshan Tower doesn't have a lot, but he has just one right here. I don't know what happened. Maybe there will be some kind of backstory to that, but that is a very hard looking dent in his armor. So maybe something happened. We don't know. But regardless though, that will be it for my top best looking champions in the game. I think it was like, what, 13 of them? Those aren't too bad. There's a lot of other honorable mentions and things like that, but overall though, those are the champions that just pops out to me when I look through the whole index. And let's see, just to update you guys a little bit, in what is it, 5 hours this tournament will be over, and yes, I am still in first place. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys on the next video, and hope you guys also had a good weekend. It is Sunday, so hopefully you guys had a great weekend. And yeah, see you on the next one. More content to come, but till then, you guys stay safe, have fun, and yeah, catch you later. Peace.